got a cunning plan to mount this motor and this cowling. What I think I'm going to do, let's get the motor out here. I'm going to mount the motor. It's going to sit about there. Actually, I wonder if I could extend that shaft. That would be better. Yeah, to look into that. Maybe I can extend the shaft forward so the prop can sit, motor can sit behind the fake motor, and the shaft can stick out the front for the prop. But the motor will mount something in there like that. And I have because I plan to maybe use magnets to fix the cowling, possibly. Have to see. Let me press on a minute. I'm going to sand this a bit. It's going to take a bit of sanding to get the Dremel on it. Or will I have a quick better go? Angle it down a little bit. It does sound slowly. Yeah. Stop there a minute. Good evening everybody, and welcome once again to Cliff Harvey RC Planes. I'm continuing the Nieuport 11 build, and what I've accomplished, I've cut out the cowling from the plastic sheet. I've also cut out the front of the motor, and I'm just shaping it down a little bit. I wanted to cut this out because it's going to help me line the motor up in the centre of the cowling when I mount it on the firewall. But I'm only using the front half of the motor, so I just thought it'd be a good idea if I put cut off some of the plastic that goes around the cylinder, and I've heated it up with the filming iron and bent it back. It needs to go a little bit more now, and the idea is I just round the plastic up a little bit to create a cylinder. When you're looking at it from the bottom, then it won't look so silly, I suppose. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just shaping this up a little bit, so I'll just bend that down a little bit. Can't get it all on, and just continue filing for a minute or two. But it's a perfect evening for modelling because it's wet and windy outside. Oh, and dark, which doesn't help. Always to be modelling, always nice to be in modelling when it's blowing wind out. Don't know how much bending that plastic's going to take actually. Might end up reinforcing it on the inside with a little bit of disc of balsa wood perhaps. It only has to be roughly round. as round as I can get it by eye. That will be good enough. Yeah, that's not too bad. See that? Yeah. They do with the scissors. There they are. These aren't the best scissors actually, they're getting a little bit worn now. As you can see, they're not really, oh dear, not really cutting. It's coming from that side. I think that's better, yeah. So I'll cut it down a little bit to about there. Snip the corners off to about there and there. And just sand it into a semicircle a little bit. I've got a video I'm just working on at the moment. It's of the Hanger 9 Sopwith Camel, which I flew during the week just before I went to work. So it was a bit of a rush, but I've actually got some rotating camera in the cockpit. I could have done with a slightly brighter day. I've reviewed the video. I'll probably use it because I doubt the weather's going to play ball for the next few days. So I'll give the guys who like to watch the bigger stuff, I know it's not all of you, give them something to look at. It's important when you subscribe to my channel for these videos, it's important to hit the little bell icon as well, because I could easily upload a video and if you don't see the notification, then you're going to miss the next thrilling installment, as I like to call it. I'll probably end up stopping the video in a minute because you don't want to sit here watching me do all 9 cylinders, I'm sure. I could leave it recording, I suppose, and speed it up. Still recording? Yep, still recording. That's 4 done. 5 done actually. Gosh, they're dropping now. What do we got? That one there. I've got this weekend off, and tomorrow's forecast to be pretty wet and windy, so I might see a bit of progress on this, depending on other commitments. Bend it up a bit. How rude of me. I've got this little room. It's just tucked away out in the, basically it's at the back of the garage, and it's out of the main way of the family, so it's lovely and quiet. And I don't get too many disturbances. I don't disturb too many either. Oh, I didn't get enough off of there. Oops. So it's a nice little workshop, but I'm sure everyone watching this video will know how satisfying it is to just disappear for, even if it's only for 10 minutes, just to do a bit of modelling. Well, you will. Everyone watching this video will know the pleasure. I could be when indoors watching the television. There's nothing on, of course. Star Trek, of course, but I'm just working my way through the Jean-Luc Picard series of Star Trek while I eat my supper. But I wouldn't waste time watching that if I've got a plane to build. Oh, that looks a little bit like it's going to split. That one. I think I might have to glue a disc in the back of that one, like I was saying. Yeah, it's starting to split. I'll come away from that one. Shame really, because I've nearly done them all. That's number 6 complete. Let's cut a little bit more of here. Yeah, as I was saying, I mean, I've got some foamy aircraft, but I also enjoy building the balsa ones. And it's only in the last, well, couple of years really, I suppose, I've got back to building balsa. I'd forgotten how satisfying it is. And this particular kit, this Guillow's Nieuport 11, was a bereavement sale. And I've always liked the Nieuport. It's got different qualities to the Camel. It's just I don't know, it looks slightly more vintage to my eye, and that's appealing, I think. The night is still young. It's only 9:10 in the evening, and as I haven't got work tomorrow, I could probably stay up till I fall asleep in the chair. Who else? Who else? Tell me in the comments below. Who else falls asleep at the modelling table? And you know then that it's time to pack up and go to bed. I've done it a few times. Your eyes just grow heavier and heavier. And then you wake up and you think, I've been asleep. You look at the clock, maybe only 10 minutes has gone by. But you just can't. Where's my knife? You just can't keep your eyes open, and away you go. Yeah. Let me know in the comments below if you've fallen asleep at the building board. Quite funny, really. Sometimes I have a little bit of music playing in the background, but I can't do that when I'm recording for YouTube, because obviously it's copyright music and they'll strike out the audio and then you won't hear what I'm saying. Not that it's worth hearing, but this is one funny actually, because I'm sitting here on my own building this little aeroplane, but I know a fair few people are going to sit and watch this all around the world, which is pretty amazing when you think about it. And because of that, I don't feel like I'm sitting here alone. I feel like I'm actually sitting here with a load of guys, or maybe girls as well, who are, maybe we're all in a room modelling together. Sometimes I'll watch videos of other people modelling. one that springs to mind, which of course is particularly inspiring, is the YouTube handle of Max Fly Art. Now his models are just wow. I mean, I'm sure some of you listening have watched his videos. They are seriously on another planet. His building and trimming of his free flight models are second to none. The other thing I was thinking the other day, on the Guillow's Facebook page, this year's competition is to try and get at least 20 seconds with a Guillow Hurricane kit, unaltered, just the absolutely standard kit. And I haven't flown free flight rubber for, oh gosh, coming up to 50 years. But I've missed this one with the Hurricane, but whatever the next model is, I think I'm going to have a go at it, because it's so much fun flying free flight and trimming the model out. Not that I ever got that good when you're 10, 11, 12 years old, and this is obviously pre-internet days. These days, of course, I mean, we didn't have clubs where I grew up. So you couldn't ask wizened old craftsmen how to trim a model. You could read a book, get the gist of it from a book, and see if you could make it work. But now with the internet, kids today don't know they're born, do they, eh? With the internet. But I think, like on the Guillow's Facebook page, I don't know what the average age is of the people who are signed up to the page, but I bet you anything you like, there's not many teenagers in there. Yeah, so there's Max Fly Art on YouTube's an inspirational one. John Woodfield, RC Gliders. He lives not far from me down in Cornwall. Hi John, if you're listening. I did buy a model from you once. I think you might remember that. But it wasn't a glider, but John's channel, John Woodfield, check him out. He's got some, he builds a lot of old-timer power models, which he saws, and because they look fantastic, because he covers them in clear film, which I also love. And I should be doing some more clear film. Well, I have got, John inspired me. I restored a Slingsby, Cambria Slingsby. I'll show you that. This one here. The fuselage is up there. Here's the wings. It's not a massive model. I think it's about 60-inch span, but I covered it with the blue film because it just looks so beautiful with the sun shining through. And I've got a couple of videos if you want to look it up. Here's a close-up of the club badge, Dartmoor Slope Soaring Club, super badge. I've also got a video sticking the badge on in case you don't know how to put vinyl on. But that's a beautiful plane. I don't know if you can see it here, Keelcraft Pixie. Which is a lovely little plane, which someone actually said on John's site, on one of John's videos the other day, has he ever tried soaring a Keelcraft Pixie? And I think I lost you then. Yeah, the Keelcraft Pixie, this one's actually twice size from the original model, just for 2-channel electric. There's also videos of that on the website if you want to, sorry, on the YouTube, if you want to see how she goes. But somebody actually suggested on John Woodfield's comment section, had he actually tried slope soaring a Pixie? He said he hadn't, but maybe you never know one day. So anyway, I'm just going to get back to this while I'm getting on with this. Thanks for watching, and like and subscribe, and tap the little bell icon, because then you'll get notification of when I upload another video. It might not be a video for this particular build, but it might be, it'll probably be, well, I've got a video for the Sopwith Camel I flew earlier in the week. I've got a rotating servo in the cockpit so I can look left and right down the wing. It wasn't a very bright day. It won't be a brilliant video, but it might be fun to edit and get online. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next installment. Cheers, bye.